Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. I'm Shakia Chanel, also known as Coach Shakia, and I'm a coordinator for Asphalt Green's Recess Enhancement Program, also known as REP. And at REP, our goal is to make recess safe, active, and fun. Now, in order to do that, under the current conditions, we should first go over our safety tips. So tip one, you and your students should be washing their hands for at least 20 seconds before or after playing any game. Tip two, everyone should be practicing social distancing. So everyone should be standing at least 6 feet apart at all times. Tip three, and this one can be a little tough, especially for the younger students. So we have to constantly remind them, no one should be touching their face. All right, so we shouldn't be touching our faces, and we should be reminding our students that they shouldn't be touching their faces. And last, if you have to cough or sneeze, don't do it in your hands. Make sure you cough or sneeze into your arm. 2 thumbs up if we understand, and 2 thumbs up if we're ready to learn a new game today. Awesome. In this video, I'm going to focus on a fun game called Wait a Minute. What's the name of the game? Wait a Minute. Now, Wait a Minute is a great game for older students. We're thinking grades 3 to 8. And this game will help maintain appropriate distance, safety, and minimal equipment usage. I'm going to use the REP model, which stands for Ready, Explain, Play, to teach you about this game. So let's start with ready. Now, there's a couple things that we need to do to get ready in order to lead our game. The first thing is you want to map out your play space and designate boundaries. Next, you want to remove anything that might pose a safety risk to your students in your play area. Then, and this goes for any game, you want to make sure you have all the equipment you need in order to set up or play your game. Now, for Wait a Minute, you don't need any equipment to play the game. Last, you want to organize all your students in a spaced out area. So for Wait a Minute, they are going to be lined up facing you. Now, again, you don't need any equipment to play this game, but if you want, you can use tape or cones in the ground, set up in a line, spaced out 6 feet away from each other, so your students know exactly where they should be standing while playing the game. I hope you're all still following along. Let's see. Match me. Match me. Match me. Match me. Awesome. Let's move on to explain. So after we get ready, then we want to give a brief explanation on how to play the game to our students. When we're doing this, we want to use a loud, clear voice. We don't want to yell at our students. We just want to command their attention. And we also want to check for understanding with open-ended questions. Okay, so we don't want to use yes or no questions because students will tend to say yes or no to anything just to get the game started. All right, you should have a copy of the rules of the game in front of you. We are going to go through them together. All right, I'm going to explain the game to you the same way I would explain to a group of my students. Hey, 3rd grade, welcome to recess. Clap once if you hear me. Clap twice if you hear me. Clap 3 times. Hi, everyone. I'm Coach Shakia. Can everybody say hello, Coach Shakia? Hi. Today, I have a brand new game called Wait a Minute. What's the name of the game? Wait a Minute. Now, I'm going to test if you guys have patience. All right? This game is really simple. First, I need everyone to pick a spot to stand in. I have some cones over there. I want everyone to pick a spot. Make sure you stay in your spot because we have to be standing how far apart? 6 feet. Okay? Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I am the timekeeper, okay? And I'm going to give you a length of time, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. And what you're going to do is you are going to raise your hand when you think that we've been standing there for that amount of time, all right? Now, the time is going to stop when everyone has raised their hand. So that means when everyone has made their guess. Whoever is closest to that time that I've said wins. Everyone else, I want you to do 10 squats if you're wrong, okay? Now, who's the timekeeper? Me. If I say 25 seconds, what are you gonna do? raise your hand when you think we've reached 25 seconds. You cannot count out loud. You can count in your head, but I don't want to hear anyone counting out loud, okay? Because we don't want to give anyone else a hint, all right? And if you don't make it close to the 25 seconds, what are you going to do? 10 squats. All right, are we ready to play? 2 thumbs up? Awesome. So after we explain the game to our students, then we get to move on to actually playing the game. A couple things you want to keep in mind when you're playing Wait a Minute is first, and this goes for any game, when the kids are lining up or circling up, make sure that they're doing it appropriately. So I suggest putting tape or cones on the ground so they know exactly where they should be standing in line. You should also start off as the timekeeper. And when you're doing this, I would suggest using a watch or your phone to make sure that you're keeping the appropriate time. So if you're saying 1 minute, make sure you have a timer for 1 minute. And remind the students that they should not be counting out loud, and remind them that they should raise their hand when they think that they have waited the appropriate amount of time. And again, if you remember who was the one who guessed closest. It doesn't have to be exact, but closest to the amount of time that you stated. Also, if let's say that I was the student who guessed the closest, then I can become the new timekeeper. All right. And this goes for all of our games. You always want to add extra activity. So if I won, the rest of the group would have to do some type of physical activity. So you can do like 10 squats or jumping jacks or silly dances for the younger ones, just something to get them physically moving. So that is Wait a Minute for you. I hope you had fun today learning how to play a brand new game. We'll have another new game for you tomorrow. So stay tuned for more videos of fun and safe games to play. Thank you. Bye.